It's midweekend. You're welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz right here on Joy News. My name is Doreen Avio, and today I'm going to take you through the journey of classical music, something I experienced last night at the Best Western Premier Hotel. Was quite something different. I'll tell you my side of it, and then maybe you can also get to watch and appreciate it. Maybe something we can actually, do here in Ghana. And also Black Suburb, we know them, we were not used to their kind of music, but now they're telling us that Ghanaians are gradually accepting their kind of music. And as for the coronavirus, I don't know how Kofi Annan wants to put it, but maybe we are blessed one way or the other. We'll hear from Kofi Annan on that. My name is Doreen Avio, and the show is Let's Talk Showbiz. If you just tuned in, this is Let's Talk Showbiz, and we are starting with the classical guitar concert which took place last night at the Best Western Premier Hotel. And let me tell you my experience. So maybe myself and you out there, we are kind of used to the concert where artists come on stage, do their thing, we all jump around, dance, and then we call it a night. But yesterday was quite different because it was more of like an orchestra, something classical. So violins were being played, we had a guitar, people doing their own thing. And well, as I said, it's a collaboration between Ghana and Spain. So yesterday, one of their topmost guitarists, or award-winning guitarist, Eduardo, was actually in Ghana, and he performed alongside 6 strings and of course our orchestra here in Ghana. It was amazing because most of the people I spoke to after were really excited about it. They loved it. But most importantly, we also had our celebrities who were there, and they actually said that it was a great initiative and they're looking forward to such projects here in Ghana. This is new to us. I mean classical music. At best, it is reserved for the affluent in society. Performances are laced with guitar sounds.
Live with the sorrow. All we want is the better tomorrow. I've got what I've got. What you've got, what you've got. Keep your red wine, I'll sip my sopolo. Keep your slim girl, I love my obolo. Everyone knows that life is hard. That's why we're working hard, and we don't want to live with this sorrow. All we want is the better tomorrow. Just like
but patrons are warming up gradually to it. A guitar concert was held at the Best Western Premier on Tuesday night, featuring National Symphony Orchestra, 6 strings, and a special guest from Spain. The Spanish ambassador was among the special guests. Her Excellency Alicia Rico explained the reasons for merger in cultures.
I think that's a brilliant idea, and obviously cooperation goes both ways, and now we have a Spanish artist here playing with the Ghanaian National Symphony Orchestra, and it can be the other way around, of course. I think what we want to do in the framework of our cultural diplomacy is to strengthen ties and a partnership with Ghana through culture. And that means carrying out activities here, but also in Spain. And obviously, I'm the Spanish ambassador to Ghana, so what I try to organize are activities here, but I will also support any Ghanaians that want to go to Spain. Actually, we already had a very successful cultural program, the Vis-a-Vis, last year, and we selected 2 Ghanaian bands that went and participated in all the summer festivals in Spain.
Ghanaian industry players who were present at the event also shared their impressions of the show.
Yes, because I love classic music. especially jazz, fusion, blues, and what they were doing tonight, the orchestra. I really love it. I really love it. I mean, someone will say, why are you here? Because you do high life. Look, high life is something that classic is something that you can take high life from. So, I mean, anytime I hear, stuff like this, I have to be there because, I really love good music. So that's why I'm here. Yeah, and I think it's really good.
I think it was more relaxing. I enjoyed it, and it took me a while to actually soak into the music because I'm used to our type of music. So I was sitting next to Eddie Nat, I'm like, Eddie, your style crowd. It's like, baby, just relax and just let it sink into you. And that's what I did, and I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I'm excited to be here. Kudos to the Creative Arts Council, which I happen to be the Executive Secretary of, and also to Alicia, Ambassador of the Spanish Embassy.
I wonder what you're saying, this kind of music, but I think this is something that relaxes one after a hard day's work, and I really enjoyed myself. Unfortunately, I didn't expect it was going to end so soon. It just came to an abrupt end, but basically I really enjoyed myself, something to calm me down. It was great.
It's a great idea because every country is sold by their arts industry. So I think the Spanish are smart. They saw what we can do. They can do what we can do. I mean, you can sell Africa to whites better than we Africans. And so they're tapping into right. So we have to be smart. We should also tap something from there.
I was wondering, in terms of movies, is there a possibility that we can do something with them?
The Spanish, they speak English, but they choose to speak their language. So we too, we should speak our language and collaborate with them. And then you speak your own, I speak my own. Let's translate.
We are percussion driven as Africans, and the West they are strings driven, and so you see more violin, viola, guitars. Our only side that is string is a guitar, which we call homensia. That is why the young man calls himself Six Strings. It represents high life or Ghanaian music. So yes, if a Ghanaian doesn't connect with orchestra, it makes sense. A typical African, it doesn't have orchestra in its DNA. We have more of jumpy, more of drums. We are driven by drums, and that's why we don't listen to music, we party to music, we dance to music.
Well, it may be new, but those are fantastic sounds. It is indeed not a bad idea to tighten the bond through culture. Right, so we heard from our favorite celebrities, the ambassador, of course, and we are looking forward to such projects here in Ghana and in Spain. Now, if you recall, somewhere last year, we happened to be in Spain for the Vis-a-Vis concert. So it looks like from Spain, we are back here in Ghana, and hopefully it will be the next one will be in Spain. Now, let's move straight to Dark Suburb. Yes, the alternative group. They've been doing music for some time now, but I remember my colleague Becky caught up with them sometime, and they said Ghanaians were not really accepting their kind of music. But just over the weekend, when Ibrahim Bembako caught up with them, they said Ghanaians are gradually receiving them, their kind of music, and I guess we are all appreciating them one way or the other.
The concept has been practical. We've told people that when the band is accepted, we start revealing ourselves. So we're in the dark. You know, it's a concept that stands for the deprived in society, and we're trying to take our destinies into our own hands, you know, through music. So we are a very practical, dramatic representation and enactment of that. So we transitioned from Black with Red, which was like a funeral song, or we're skeleton from the graves, and now we're part of society. So we're white. And sometimes black too, but we don't do the red no more.
Okay, so it means that there's going to be a stage in your performance live where all this will go off.
It's not exactly. The concept is built on masquerades. You know, so it's going to get to a point where it's not just skeleton, but it will be other mask, you know, concepts that are evolving. Now we have characters, you know, and this...
It means the mask is never going off.
No, we're masquerades.
You will grow with flesh, but the mask will...
You know, you can't have Kakamotobi without the mask, you know what I'm saying?
And another thing too, when you came up, a lot of people were chastising you. Some churches, some pastors say you're devilish, your song is inspired by the devil himself. Do you feel a sense of acceptance by the society now?
I mean, we're in a superstitious society. Weeks ago, a pastor declared some gospel artist girl and her management and came to apologize. You know what I'm saying? That should tell you that there are a lot of the fake prophets in our environment. And everybody knows it's a silent secret. So we're not faced by all those PR gimmicks that people are trying to. We're young Ghanaian artists who are evolving an African brand and a concept. So it's safe to say that, yeah, people have accepted us.
Rock is not African.
Rock is African.
Okay, educate me, please.
You see, the Western part of the world keeps naming things. You know, Fela went to learn jazz, came and put an African, Afrocentric sound in it. We have Afrobeat. You get what I mean? If you know the history of rock bands, they pick elements from Africa. Music is African, you know. And if you look at Ayisoba and Co, they play these riffs, you know, on their guitars, performing for hours and more expression and emotion. You just have to put it on the white man's guitar, and you're talking rock.
Right, so that was Dark Suburb in an interview with my colleague Ibrahim Ben Bako. But we keep hearing coronavirus, and I'm sure most of us we've just been praying that it never gets to Ghana. But what does Kofi Kinata have to say about the virus? He spoke in an interview with my colleague Becky.
Nobody's ready. Like, there's no country who is ready. Nobody's ready. We don't wish for coronavirus or anything like that. It has cost us a lot, and we had shows around US and other places, and it had to be cancelled. Some of them had to be held on for some 1 or 2, and we don't like it. You know, China is more or less like the life support of the world, and when China is down like that, it will affect a lot of things. So we don't wish for any coronavirus.
Any advice? Because we know that this virus, when you touch somebody, when you get in contact with somebody, that's when you contract it. And here is the case: you have a lot of fans. Everybody will want to touch it.
Yeah.
What is your advice?
we pray it doesn't come to Ghana, because we pray it doesn't come to Ghana, and it's not coming any moment from now. It's not here, so there's no need for any panic or anything like that. We don't want to cause any fear and panic. It's not here, so for now we live in our life. For a healthy living, we wash your hands. I learned we shouldn't be touching our faces when our hands are not washed, and one of those things. And I'm telling them it's not here, so there's no need for fear and panic. Yeah.
Right, so you heard from Kofi Kinata on coronavirus, and I'm sure very soon lots of people are going to be talking about it, including our stars who are looking forward to go on tours in other parts of the world. On that note, that'll be it for Let's Talk Showbiz. A very big thank you to you, Ampedu Ike, Becky, and of course Michelle on production. Watch out for that exclusive interview with UK artist Doneo very soon right here on the show. My name is Doreen Avio. Do have a great evening.